What's good, y'all? Man, for some reason, the universe did not want me to do this video, but I made it. We here. All right, let's get right into it. Okay, this is a gift of the solar system, right? I just put that up there just to show how ridiculous this is, but we'll get back to that later. All right, so the topic today is Lucifer. Now, I've been looking at this. I'm starting to think Lucifer, the devil, and Satan. I think the devil and Satan are two the same. I think Lucifer is something else, something different. All right, so let's go through this. And we're on our way to the Super Bowl, and Luka Doncic just got traded to the Lakers, and this is probably why I'm doing this video. But I'm not talking bad about Luka. I'm not saying Luka is Lucifer. I'm just pointing out. I mean, if you're on this channel, you already know something weird is going on, right? So I'm just making some connections, right? All right, so this is Lucy. Lucy is actually short for Lucifer. All right, this is Lucy too, the Australopithecus, right? The human being's oldest ancestor is what they say, right? Which is a lie. But Lucy became very intelligent after taking some drugs. All right, it made her use 100% of her brain. So intelligence associated with Lucy. All right, short for Lucifer. Right, and as you can see, they made her a woman. All right, let's keep it pushing. Now, this TV show from back in the day was called I Love Lucy. Look at Lucy's name in the show. Make sure we get in there real good. Her name is Lucille Ball, like Lucifer Baal. Has several shows with Lucy in the title. Her first big show was I Love Lucy, with her best friend's characters, Fred, Ethel, and her husband, Desi, who played Ricky. Coincidence or not? We're just saying everything's a coincidence now. But as you can see, Lucy, right? F for Fred, E for Ethel, R for Ricky. I love Lucifer. Lucille Ball, Lucifer Ball, Baal. Right? I got Baal up here too for a reason. Okay, now here goes Baal. Now, this picture ain't the one I really want, but it's gonna have to work for now. You see Baal, two hands up, right? And he got the two horns. Now the two horns is for the third eye. The two hands is for your right and your left eye. All right. Now the horns, if you look at a TV, or back in the day, old school TVs had antennas with rabbit ears. Right. It was to catch radio waves. Right. And we know the symbol for the money on the back of the dollar is the pyramid that's missing the capstone. And that capstone would be an antenna too. So, okay, now this is the picture of Baal that I really want to use. As you can see, you got human hands, right? So this is a metaphor. Hole in his stomach, that's for souls in and souls out, right? The two hands are for sun and moon. Yeah, sun and moon is like two eyes. Now the way they taught you was sun is really, really big and moon is very, very small, far away. But like I've been trying to tell you, sun and moon is the same size, and they're both in here with us. These the reason why it's so hard for people to grasp the concept of the sun and moon is because they're operating on a different dimension. All right, the sun and moon are operating on a different dimension. Now, this is how this was taught to me. First dimension, just a flat line, right? First dimension, just a flat line, a two-dimensional. And you draw some more lines on a piece of paper, right? That's the two-dimensional option. We live in a three-dimensional world. All right. So everybody that lives in this realm with us are three-dimensional thinkers. Now, the fourth dimension where the sun and the moon is at, it's a higher grade of thinking. It's a higher realm of consciousness. All right. And there's only one way to get to that realm of thinking and that realm of consciousness. It will be through meditation, right? Remember Bill Donahue, the last video I showed, Bill Donahue was breaking down the Bible and he was talking about how basically most of it is about meditation, right? Remember we watched the Hebrew Israelites battle the Christian guy, Cooley, and the Hebrew Israelites will pull a verse and Cooley will pull a verse to contradict the one that the Hebrew Israelite chose. Now, both parties are three-dimensional thinkers because a four-dimensional thinker could and step out and look at the situation and say, "Oh man, that book is what's causing the rift between you two brothers." Right? That book is contradicting itself, and because y'all three-dimensional thinkers, y'all can't grasp the concept of it. Right? Like Bill Donahue said, the people who wrote the Bible more than likely meditated a lot, right? And this shouldn't sound far fetched because if you go to the East, right, India and China and stuff like that, a lot of them meditate, right? If you ever seen a monk will meditate all day. And these are high thinking individuals, right? And can be impervious to pain. Now, when we get to this five dimensional, and you see how difficult it is even to make out the shape, right? Five dimensional is where the stars will be at. All right. So, like this, comparing 2D to 3D. Let's just go to that. When comparing an ant to a human, right? In terms of 2D and 3D perception, an ant would essentially only experience a 2D world due to his due to his limited visual capabilities, while a human can perceive a full 3D space thanks to their binocular vision, allowing them to accurately judge depth and distance. Right. So, a to an ant would look at us like we're gods. All right, and so because an ant is on a two-dimensional front realm, we're on a three-dimensional realm. So the ant will look at us like we're gods. Now, like I said, sun and moon is on a four-dimensional realm, so we look at them like they're gods. All right, sun and moon. It's the two eyes, right? It's the two eyes. Yeah. Where's the third eye gonna be at? Third eye will be right above in the middle. Right? Just how that just like how Baal got both his hands up, sun, moon, two eyes, and then the third eye, the signal, right? That source energy was here right there in the middle, the throne of God. Okay. Now this story of Satan is about, let's just give him the fourth dimension. He could be higher than that, right? So as you can see, they call them heavens: first heaven, second heaven, third heaven. But we gonna call them dimensions today, right? And they're all stacked on top of each other like a Russian doll. Right? I meant to have a picture of a Russian doll up here so I had to get the visual. But if you Google a Russian doll, you'll see that it's layered up inside each other. That's how the night sky works, right? The night sky that's when you see the heavens, right? I just came from outside and our show was looking up, and now I'm talking about the night sky and all this stuff and the stars because the planets are getting ready to align, right? The planets are getting ready to align. Now, with these planets aligning, it will be like a combination lock. All right. with the planets aligning, it will be like a combination lock. Now you got to get everything got to line up right to open the lock. All right. We're not living on outside of something. We're living inside of something, right? So when all these planets line up, it's like a combination lock, right? They're stacked on top of each other like a Russian doll. We get all these pinpoints to line up, and then boom, something opens up. All right. And I promise y'all that's got to do with Luka. I promise you do. All right. So we're getting ready for February for the planetary parade. All right. I'm just talking about third dimensional thinkers, fourth dimensional thinkers. Now, what if somebody came, or there's a story or a myth about a person who came from the fourth dimension down to the third dimension, right? Now, like I said, we're gods to the ants. If that person came down, he would be gods to us, right? A fourth dimensional being coming to us would be, he would be very intelligent, right? Very intelligent. Now, intelligence, these people associate intelligence with light. All right. A fourth dimensional being coming down to earth. He will be more intelligent than us because he's seeing the situations that we put ourselves in day to day as human beings. And he could get the perspective from the outside, right? Just like the Cooley brother in the Hebrews, you get the perspective from the outside and see, right? So they got the knowledge of the fourth dimension and the third dimension. All right. So a third dimensional being coming down to us, he would automatically rule, right? He would rule. He would be a ruler. Now, the ruler, if we look at the definition of dimension, right, it's a measurable extent of some kind, such as length, breadth, depth, and height. An aspect or feature of a situation, problem, or thing. Now, this is it. A form or shape of something of a particular measurement, right? So the dimensions also are linked up to measurements, right? Now, this symbol for the Freemasons, guess what it does? Measures, right? It has the square, but the square is actually a ruler, right? Now, the ruler in this realm became an actual ruler, a leader, a dictator, right? Here go Julius Caesar. The Super Bowl is going to be in the Caesar Dome this year. The ruler. Now, at one point, women ran this world, right? And I don't got the, I mean, I told the story about this, but the logistics of it right now, I'm not going to be able to get to, but at one point, right? I want to say ran this world. It's just people have more reference, people paid honor to the woman more. All right, I'm talking about ancient times, but 6,000 years ago, right? Because man started keeping track of everything by writing stuff down, and he didn't start writing stuff down to 6,000 years ago. So that lets you know right there was a change in the consciousness. All right, the light bringer came and brought a new way of thinking. Let's put it like that. All right. So yeah, the woman wore the crown, right? The crown of horns. All right, the crown of horns. That crown of horns represent a uterus, right? Now that's how you get to this earth. That's how you get to this earth. It's through your mother, right? Now this the picture of the well damn, I just had it. The picture of the Freemasons symbol. It's the same thing as that. It's the same thing as that. All right. That's your mother legs right there. Right. And then you come through. You're the G. Right. Because like the Bible said, ye are gods. Ye are gods. All right. So we talk about this fourth dimensional being coming down to earth, right? And in the Bible it says Satan, the fallen star, fallen angel, was sent to earth. If he was sent to earth from the heavens, he would be at least a fourth dimensional being, right? With a lot of information, right? Like I showed you, information is intelligence, right? Light is intelligence, but light is also information when you're dealing with a computer, right? Now, we all done seen the Matrix. The Matrix says we living in a computer generated holographic reality. Okay? In this context of computers, light is information. It means that light waves can be used to carry and represent data, essentially acting as a medium to transmit information within a computer system. All right, so light is intelligence and it's information. So when we talk about the light bringer, the morning star, that's what it's bringing. It's bringing intelligence. Now, Luka. A lot of people probably don't even know who Luka is. I was shocked. My brother said, "Who is Luka?" I'm like, "What? You don't know Luka?" And then I was like, "You know what? I'm not even gonna tell you who Luka is. I'm gonna let an ex-basketball player. He's from our city. Let him tell you."
So you know me, I'm petty. I was trying to like talk shit. This Luka first year. I never forget. I walked up to West. I'm like, man, y'all gonna let the white dude get the ball the whole game? That's crazy. He looked me dead in my face. He said, that motherfucker cold. He didn't say nothing else. I said, oh shit. I was trying to start some shit like, man, I know you ain't gonna let the white boy get the ball the whole game. Like that was gonna bother me. He looked at me like, that motherfucker cold. I said, oh, he must be nice. Next thing I knew, I said, oh, let me shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Luka is that dude. He is like LeBron, very high with basketball IQ, right? Which make him very intelligent. Now, if you can see the basketball court, the floor is one dimensional, right? But adding the goals make it a two-dimensional game, right? But Luka and LeBron, for that matter, are four-dimensional thinkers. All right. Now, if you go look at one of the greatest coaches of NBA history is Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson, what a lot of people don't point out, and that's how you know, people don't want you to know this shit. Phil Jackson, he won 11 championships. You know what they used to do at practice or before practice? They would meditate. Go back and look at that shit. Phil Jackson had Michael Jordan meditating. He had Kobe Bryant meditating. Shaq meditating. That's how they won the 11 championships. They're thinking and operating on a different plane than everybody else. Fourth dimensional being. Hold on. I got something about these dimensions to it. And I want you to see that motherfucker cold. He hit that shit. And he's coming to the Lakers. And LA just had these LA wildfires. Luka to the Lakers. LA just experienced all these wildfires, which I'm looking at now as a ritual for the coming of Luka, the light bearer. He's gonna bring the light. He's gonna bring the light.
So imagine having the capability of now understanding on a more grand scale, a dimension.
Understanding on a more grand scale, a dimension, right? Let's do a little activity right quick before Billy do what he's about to do. Take one hand, right? Take your right hand and hold it up. I ain't gonna lead you down a bad path, trust me. Take it. Your other hand, hold it up. Left hand, hold it up. All right. Bring these two hands together. Now, one minute before you do that, this is the die. The two hands is the die, right? Now, I'm not saying die like a die, I-E. I'm talking about just like how they say dimension. The prefix is die. Die means two, right? Die means two. So One hand, two hands. Right? You put those two hands together like you about to pray. And then you pray over top of the pyramid that you made with your two hands. The two hands represent the die. When you speak the prayer, that represents the mention. When I'm saying mention, as in mention, mention, to speak it. Mention means to talk. So it's a form of talking. Dimension, to raise the frequency up to a higher dimension. Okay, here we go.
Fifth dimension. Like somebody there obtains the frequency of the third dimension. They just come right on through. This could be some of the reason for paranormal activity and things like that. It could be entities or beings having a peek into our world, into our dimension. It might not be anything scary at all, in some cases. Will it scare us? Maybe, yeah, because we can't perceive them as to what they truly appear and look like, but it could be a higher dimensional being coming to have a look around. They could be on vacation. I mean, theoretically,
I don't know who the hell is going to come on vacation to this world, buddy, but...
So,
yeah, I like how you said that all creepy. I don't know who's gonna come. You know exactly who's coming to this world. Because remember, the Pope is opening up portals at the same time. The planets are aligning. And then look, I ain't even gonna play with y'all. I ain't even gonna hit the like button. Hit the like button. The Pope is opening up portals at the same time. The planets are aligning, getting ready. When the planets align, is a combination lock. Now, for us, we definitely should meditate on this day, because if the planets are going to align, that means it will be very easy for these to align if we're meditating, right? And like I said, that's the only way to get to a higher dimension is through meditation, aligning these chakras, and you get your crown, and then you can connect to the source. Right? Okay, let me stop playing. Look at this. Now, like I said, February 28th, this is when the planets will be fully aligned. A rare alignment of 7 planets, including Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. All of them are going to line up, and the date is February 28th. Now, look, this is what I'm saying. This was all for Luka. Look what I'm saying. This was all for Luka. February 28th is his birthday. It all lined up for Luka. He's turning 26. God. He's turning 26, God. Luka to the Lakers. He's a fourth dimensional thinking human being. He's, like I said the other day, he's a basketball offensive genius. He ain't gonna play no defense. But he's so good at offense, it don't even fucking matter. He took him to the finals last year, not playing no defense. So yeah, we'll take it. All right.
we're living in a light matrix, which is a shadow of a much higher dimension. But the smaller you go, the more weird things get. We find that particles transphase in and out of existence, and they go to different dimensions. We even know now that some of our synapses of our thoughts in our brain phase out of this dimension and they go somewhere else, and then they come back again. And this has all been tracked and traced through the understanding of quantum mechanics and quantum physics. The biggest way that we made a model of this is we figured out how to create something called quasi-crystals. Now, these quasi-crystals are these multi-dimensional crystals. We actually created an 8th dimensional quasi-crystal, and then from that 8th dimensional quasi-crystal, it casts a shadow of itself down to a 4th dimensional quasi-crystal, which then casts down a shadow which creates a sphere. So we know that the universe is most likely the shadow of a higher dimension. We're living in a light matrix.
Okay, so we've been talking about intelligence, light, right? The light bringer, right? Broke down dimension, broke down the word dimension, dies to, mention is speak, right? So that's really like double talking, right? Like a parable, right? A pair of bullshit. What he's talking is not what it really means. All right. There's a spirit behind the words. Even the Bible talk about this, right? Don't follow the letter, for the letter kill, right? And we look at all these wars and this holy war that's about to jump off. Yeah, the letter kills. The spirit behind the words. The Bible is meant for you to meditate on. And then you come up with the answers. But if you just read it off top, you're gonna be arguing like Cooley and them Hebrew Israelite brothers. It's a spiritual book, it's not a history book. All right. So it's really sad to treat your spiritual book like a history book. All right. So there is a Patrick Mahomes and Luka connection. Patrick Mahomes is from the Dallas area, right? I believe his favorite player was Luka. I know his favorite team is the Dallas Mavericks, right? And the Kansas City Chiefs used to be the Dallas Texans. All right, so this planetary alignment. All right, the Dallas Mavs before the night played a game and they lost by 43 points. Right, Lucifer, Kansas, 43. Lucifer is not Satan.
Judges and law and Satan. And as I said, Dr. Malachi Martin said that Lucifer is not the devil. Well, you know who Lucifer really is. The Bible tells you specifically who Lucifer is, and he's not the devil. Satan is the devil. And again, devil is simply the word evil with a D in front of it. Like God is the root word for God is the same word for good. So you take a O out of good and it becomes God. God is good, God is the devil is evil, right? But who is Lucifer? Well, the fact of the matter is the Bible says Lucifer is Jesus. Jesus is Lucifer. That's in the scriptures. That's in the book of Revelation. Go get the New Testament of the Bible, and in the book of Revelation, Revelation 22:16, Jesus says, and it's quoting Jesus, and he said, I, Jesus, I am the bright morning star. I'm the offspring of David, and I am the bright morning star. So this is Jesus saying, I am the bright morning star.
And that's verified in the Catholic Encyclopedia online.
That's
it will
exactly
say
right.
That. It will say Lucifer is the planet Venus, and then it refers to also Peter in the book of Revelation.
That's right.
It finally applies to Jesus Christ himself.
Yeah, and the Catholic Encyclopedia, because there are two places. The first one, as I said, is in Revelation, and the other one is in 2 Peter in the New Testament, where Peter says that talks about the bright morning star when he is coming, the Messiah, the bright morning star. Well, look up the word bright morning star in the Bible dictionaries, Bible encyclopedias. Go to any good reference work or any good, what am I trying to say, seminarian library. Go to any good seminary library and get the encyclopedias and dictionaries of Christian religion and look up the word Lucifer, and it will tell you Lucifer is Jesus. He is the bright morning star, and the very word Lucifer means bright morning star.
Bright morning star means Venus.
So now we know why Trump is starting Stargate with $500 billion. Right? Technology, the enemy of human. Trump starting Stargate. The Bible says, in the Bible, stars are used as signs to mark time, indicate seasons, and identify days and nights. It is used for signs, the combination lock of the great heavens. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Yeah. Well, if you take Luka's name and spell it backwards, it's Occult. Occult. And as you can see, Occult is associated with alcohol. Now they saying it's incorrect. Okay, so we'll let them have it. So I ain't gonna spend too much time on it. All right. But Occult is alcohol, right? And alcohol is spirits, right? I'm just saying this is a spiritual war more than it is a physical war, right? The war is for you. You're the prize, right? And they're gonna pull you Either way, this is the Super Bowl right here. Here's the Eagles, and here go the Chiefs. All right, here go the Eagles, and here go the Chiefs. There go the Arrowhead. The Arrowhead. All right, and here go the wings of the Eagles. The Eagles and the Angels is the same thing. I don't know if I still got that up here. Probably not. Okay. Eagles and Angels. Eagles and Angels, same thing. Same thing, bro. Okay, yeah. So Luka name spelled backwards is a cool, right? Associated with alcohol. Remember in the finals, they had to come snatch the beer out of his hand, right? But why do I spell it backwards? Why would I spell Luka names backwards? It's because of Aleister Crowley. He taught about the law of reversal, the occult law of reversal. You just take it and reverse everything. They tell you the earth is round. I just say it's flat because they lie. It ain't even that they lie. They just embellish the truth. I say that. Because, I mean, even with them going out of space, it's the astronaut. Same. I mean, so there is some truth in there, but, you know, if you, like I said, 3-dimensional thinking and 4-dimensional thinking, can you raise your consciousness higher? Because they live by the law of reversal, and we all know it's evil to live backwards. This is where the evil come in at, doing everything backwards. Man meets woman, and this is a scientific term. They have a big bang, and then your universe is created. Mother, father meet. The 6 and the 9 meet, and then there's a turn, a torus field is created. Just like Baal he's a bull, he's a Taurus. For the Taurus field, this will be spinning around, souls in, souls out. The Taurus field. Consciousness. The ancient rulers. The ancient rulers, Julius Caesar. Right? But the dimensions are used to help take measurements, right? Just like a ruler, right? Like I said, at one time, Mother Nature was the ruler. When Mother Nature's the ruler, there's abundance. But when man took rulership, that's when he started rationing out things, and, you know, there was no longer abundance. He started putting price tags on stuff, right? He's living backwards. Now, this is, like I said, Luka is Lucifer, and I'm not saying Luka know anything about this. All right, I'm not saying Luka know anything about this. He was given a name, he's given the script, you know, and he go on about his day. But Lucifer equals intelligence. California, not just California, Los Angeles, where the fires happen at. From the rumor is they're going to turn it into a smart city, right? And now with the arrival of Luka, more money is coming in. Yeah, I do believe the rebuilding is going to be involving putting AI into, you know, all these buildings and stuff like that. So it's going to be a smart city with Luka coming, which I said Luka on that basketball court is very intelligent. Very intelligent. He's a 4D thinker playing a 1D, 2D game. Right. The dimensions. Right. Shout out to James Earl Jones. Because we brought up Luke Skywalker, right? You gotta remember James Earl Jones passed away a few months ago, right? Luke Skywalker. It's the same. It's the same thing. Skywalker. If he's walking the sky, that means he's a 4th dimensional being. And then you go 5th dimensional will be the stars and planets. And it keeps going up. They're all layered up like that, right? Till you get to Saturn, which would be the seventh dimension. And then eventually, which would be very difficult to do, you get to the 11th dimension. And the 11th dimension is where the throne of God is, right? But I can almost guarantee you there are people getting ready for this on February 28th just to meditate. They're carving out their day just to meditate and be in alignment with the planets. And hopefully reach the 11th dimension and bring back some crazy information. There's going to be some crazy movies coming out after this, I'm telling you. People are going to get real creative with this, bro, with this energy. People are going to get real creative with this energy. It's not a bad thing, y'all. It's not a bad thing. And I'm not trying to go at Luka, bro. I'm a Laker fan, so I don't want to diss Luka when he's just now getting here, but that's the storyline, bro. And we see it playing out with the Super Bowl too. That's the theme of the year. I always got to have a theme of the year. All right, the theme of the year is time. See, 2025, time. We got the 47th president. It's all about time. Who controls time? It's Chronos, right? That's where you get the word chronology from, an acronym. Chronos controls time. Chronos' son is Saturn, right? Saturn became Santa, Satan, and everything lines up. Lucifer, high dimensional being, bro. And I'm not even saying Lucifer is a real person, because we started off with Lucy being a woman, right? The monkey woman, and the woman from the movie, and also the woman from the TV show I Love Lucy, which turns out to be I Love Lucifer. And it's females, the female energy. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. The Holy Ghost is the feminine energy. This world would not exist without the feminine energy. You can't have one without the other. It's the two pillars that create this reality. I will pull up the Freemason cosmology, but I know what I'm talking about. The pillars. It's the two pillars that hold up this reality. Right? And look, Anakin was betrayed. Just like Lucifer, betrayed. Just like Luka. Like I said, Luka is missing out on $100 million. Birthday lines up right with the planetary alignment, y'all. Come on. He's missing out on $100 million. He got a smile on his face, but I'm telling you, he's pissed. Right? LeBron been playing so long that he got an AD in his storyline, right? BC to AD. Anthony Davis gets traded for Luka, which is Lucifer. Peace, y'all, man. Peace, man. Shout out to you, Chaotic ATX. Peace, family. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Hit that like button. Me and my girl about to move away from the city. We live in Austin, Texas, have for years, but shit is about to hit the fan and the cities won't be safe. Yeah, man. I sure would like to be doing some rural living too, man. I live in the city, but I'm always working in the rural area, and I know it's so peaceful out there, and less traffic and stuff like that, man. A city is a cathedral town. It used to be called a walled town, a city. And now they coming with these smart cities. Yeah, shit about to get hectic, man. You doing the right thing, brother. But shout out to y'all, man. Hope y'all enjoyed. Peace, peace, peace. Share.